the kind of a feller that wouldn't even harm a flea. But if me and a certain character met, the guy that invented the cigarette, I'd murder that son of a gun in the first degree. Of course, it ain't 'cause I don't smoke myself, and I don't reckon they hinder your health. I've smoked them all my life, and I ain't dead yet. But nicotine slaves are all the same at a petting party or a poker game. Everything's gotta stop while they smokes a cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him wait. You've gotta have another cigarette. In a game of chance the other night, old Dame Fortune was doing me right. The kings and queens just kept on coming around. I got a full and I bet it high, but my bluff didn't work on a certain guy. He just kept on raising and laying the money down. He'd raise me, I'd raise him, I sweated blood. You gotta sink or swim, he finally called, didn't raise the bet. I said, ace is full, pal, how about you? He said, I'll tell you in just a minute or two, but right now, I just gotta have myself a cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him weep. You've gotta have another cigarette. The other night I had me a date with the cutest little gal in these 50 states, one of them high-bred, uptown, fancy little dames. She said she loved me, and it seemed to me that everything was about like it ought to be, so hand in hand we strolled down Lover's Lane. She was oh so far from a chunk of ice, our smooching party was going real nice, so help me Hannah, I think it'd have been there yet. I give her a kiss, a little squeeze, she said, Tex, excuse me please, but I've just gotta have a filter cigarette. Smoke, smoke, smoke that cigarette. Puff, 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 and if you smoke yourself to death, tell St. Peter at the Golden Gate that you hates to make him weep. You've gotta have another cigarette.
Any way you do, but that's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, Mama. Any way you do. Well, Mama, she done told me. Papa done told me too. Son, that gal you fooling with, she ain't no good for you, but that's alright. That's alright. Any way you do.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. Hopefully you enjoyed that fantastic film on Halloween night. Now I would like to welcome to the stage Jacob Scrippa, the writer, producer, and editor of the film, and Alex Foreman, the writer and producer.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around.
All right. So, yeah, what an incredibly fun watch. I think, again, especially Halloween, such a genre film, but touches on so many genres. So definitely a lot I want to hopefully pick your brains about. But maybe we could start with just how the script came about. Maybe, what was the inspiration? Maybe that journey from script to screen.
Well, certainly with the intellectual level that this film was, you're probably able to tell. We actually originated this concept in grade 10 in high school. And it's matured a little bit, as have we. But around the time, I had discovered Ed Wood's films, so Plan 9 from Outer Space and et cetera. And I'm a big Mel Brooks fan, big Monty Python fan, and I looked at Ed Wood's films and I thought, well, this is something like a group of grade 10s could probably make that looks comparable and make fun of. So the germ of an idea was kind of there, and we tried to film it in high school. Alex was acting in it. Yeah, and then years later, we revamped it. We matured a little bit, not that much, and that got you what you see on screen.
Awesome. Yeah, well, I mean, thank goodness you didn't stray too far, because I think some of the immaturity is really where where the intelligence and the satirical comedy shines through, so I think that's great. We were kind of talking a little bit earlier, but I was really curious around the process from script to shooting, whether the script really laid out all of those beats, like moment for moment, especially in sort of the choices in filming it. So I think kind of like the opening inciting incident is a great example when the wife is kind of, exploding, and we get quite a few different angles, and it almost felt like each angle served a purpose for the story, whether it was, one to tell the story, one to provide that sci-fi horror aspect that the film gave us, and then, another of the clear mannequin kind of thing to kind of give that satirical comedy. So I was curious, was that, again, all really laid out in the script, or was that something that came through with working with the director and in storyboarding, or was it more something that came together in editing because you just had all of those shots? Just curious kind of how that came about.
I actually wanted, 36 more angles, but we weren't able to get that many cameras. No, everything adhered really closely to the script. Alex and I have worked together for like a decade, so we have a pretty good sensibility of what makes each other laugh. And on a film this low budget, there wasn't a ton of room to improvise, so we stuck pretty tight to the script.
Yeah, we did plan out every single bat on every single string. We even added some digital strings to the digital bats when that wasn't the case. So yeah, it's very, very on purpose. We were showing all the behind the scenes to everybody as part of the joke. I'd say the most improvisation that we did with the film probably is in that third act when you're just seeing a bunch of crazy scenes of the zombies and the humans fighting. We just had I think, Jacob, you had maybe 4 pages worth of little inserts that we wanted to get in there, and we shot maybe a page and a half.
Yeah, something like that. But on the bat thing that Alex brought up, it's the dumbest thing. We shot these miniature bats on a green screen, and then of course when you bring that in and shrink it down and position it where you want it, you lose a bit of the string. So we actually had to digitally add string, which is the biggest waste of everybody's time. It was so stupid, but that summarizes the movie, I think, quite well. It's a lot of work to make something look really bad and really dumb.
Yeah, but I think that really shines through. Everything felt very, very intentional, and so that's fabulous. Kind of speaking earlier to the fact that it's such a genre film where sci-fi, horror, satirical comedy, film noir, buddy cop, like just so many different areas to draw inspiration from, but then to try and balance. So just wondering maybe what the approach was for trying to pull in all of those different genres together to kind of make a cohesive film.
Yeah, well, I think definitely any good parody or satire, you need to actually love the genre that you're spoofing. And I like all those old movies. And, underneath all the jokes is some actual human characters and some depth, and there's not much, but there is a little bit of an arc and a story. So I think it's important, like, not that I dislike, like, The Naked Gun and Scary Movie and stuff, it's all great, but those movies, you're not so invested in the characters, you're just there for the jokes. We wanted something that you can kind of have both. There's a story you're invested in, and then there's jokes that hopefully land on top of that.
Oh, awesome. And kind of speaking to the jokes, another thing we kind of had discussed was just how did you manage kind of choosing when to have those callbacks to certain jokes or characters or bits, because there was a ton of characters kind of to be following their story arcs and journeys throughout the film. So yeah, just what was the choice in those callbacks?
We definitely had to be strategic with how many masturbation jokes we added, because it definitely can get old, so hopefully we struck a good balance. But I think it's just a matter of having written the scripts, me and Jacob together, like the whole process. We had like a very solid version of the script, but it didn't have like all the narrative elements, kind of tying all the scenes together. It felt like maybe you're watching a series of sketches, like one after another, and you might feel that when you watch a little bit in the film. Like for example, when that one man gets on the stage and he's cutting himself with the axe, like it almost feels like that's like a little sketch out of something. But yeah, we wanted to glue it all together, like Jacob said, add those characters to give it a little bit more than just the jokes.
And as far as the callbacks go, it's almost a little bit intuitive. I do say this half in jest and half in earnest, but there would be probably like 3 fewer masturbation jokes if we wrote it now. Like we have, they'd still be there, but there'd be a lot fewer. Like I think we had 1 or 2 or 3 too many. But it is a little bit intuitive. You're just writing and you're getting to a certain story progression, and you know where these characters are emotionally and what jokes you've set up and when an opportune time for one is. A good example is when Dylan tells Dracula that his father might be killed or murdered. It's a callback, but in that moment it also works because he really means that. He's trying to save his father from being killed. So it's
Or murdered.
Or murdered. It's a naturalistic way to bring the joke back in. So it's, again, certainly a bit intuitive and a lot of thought put into how, like, when to make a dumb joke. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. Another thing that I think really stood out to me was the sound design. I think it was an integral part in both setting the timing of kind of that 50s vibe along with the black and white, but then also really pushing some of those comedic beats or again pulling in the genre. So just wondering maybe if you're able to speak a little bit to the sound design and what kind of intention went behind that.
Yeah, it was a lot of me at like 2 a.m. picking the specific door opening sound we were going to use, and so I'm glad you referenced that. But yeah, it's just in editing you really try to shape the film, and I was trying to draw familiar sounds. Like there's some Star Wars sounds in there that we definitely shouldn't have used. There's some stuff from like Spaceballs and like all kinds of like familiar sound of Alien. I think there's a sound in there, but above all, I wanted it to feel like this was made in 1957. So there's a little bit of tinniness added to the actor's dialogue that was actually, again, this is kind of what you shouldn't do, but we recorded really clean, nice audio and had it a little tinny afterwards. But yeah, we tried to make it sound and feel like you're really there. Anything happening off screen, we added some production value by making you hear something, and hopefully that creates something in your mind and yeah, enhances the jokes.
Awesome, yeah. And then as producers on the film as well, I wonder just what was it like to see the script then come to life, and was there a particular scene or moment that was like either exciting to shoot or exciting to see to come together in editing? I feel like it would be really hard to pick though, because I'm having a hard time picking a favorite beat for sure.
Well, I can just say, like, watching a team of people come together to like make our very silly idea come to life has just been so incredible. Like every day on set, I'm watching someone design like the big UFO, he's building it, or we've got Mary walking across studying her lines, and it's like this all was in our heads, and we like wrote it at Tim Hortons when we were like in university. So to see it actually like all coming to life in front of you, it's really incredible. So I really don't have a favorite moment because it is all my favorite moment.
For me, the actor who played Colonel Talbot, Simon Reynolds, just leapt off the page. He is exactly what we had written, and when we were cracking ourselves up with these long, rambling monologues, like, he nailed it. He came in and did them in like one take and just absolutely nailed it. So that one stands out for me. And Wayne, the greaser as well, just absolutely leapt off the page and elevated everything we wrote so much. So those two are standouts for me for sure.
And Dracula too. How about that Dracula? That was pretty sweet. Yeah.
Absolutely. So with that, actually, were you part of the casting process then to really help to find those characters?
Yeah, and as Alex kind of said, like watching auditions come in, people talking about masturbation and whatever it is, like our dumb lines, it's we don't take ourselves too seriously. So to see actual actors like coming in and with a professional background and nice ring lighting and like reading these lines was insane. But we got a ton of great Canadian talent in this film and some really fun cameos too. Yeah, it was great.
Awesome, yeah. Well, I think we have some time. Maybe we could open the floor if anyone in the audience has a question, something that they're dying to know about the film.
You guys just want to go see the Blue Jays game?
Yeah. Yeah, do you want to just shout it out?
I'm sorry, I'm going to come closer. I
Yeah.
can't hear. Let's get intimate. All right, tell me.
I think it's pretty well the same thing that we wrote. I know that originally we didn't have Dracula with a son. He had like an assistant called Vladimir. How creative is that? But then we changed that. But I was actually kind of surprised to flip through like the original script that me and Jacob wrote together before we brought it to Mike Stasko, just to see like how much of it was intact. And yeah, I would say there's not a whole lot that changed from when it actually started.
The one thing I do remember is we had originally Dylan was gonna have Dracula's son was gonna have like kind of a futuristic watch that had like holograms in it. Do you remember this, Alex?
Oh yeah, his girlfriend.
He had like a girlfriend who was gonna be like creature from the Black Lagoon kind of type creature from another planet, and that's like the whole time he was just trying to go bang his girlfriend. So he's gonna have like conversations with her, and she speaks in gibberish and stuff.
Yes, yeah, that did get
Mike
left
advocated
out.
to cut that for some reason. I don't know.
Awesome, great question. Anyone else? No pressure, but if anyone, yeah, in the front maybe first.
I haven't looked you up on IMDb yet. Do you have any other titles to your credit?
Well, yeah, Alex and I have been making shorts for about a decade. So we have a lot of shorts that have played like Fantasia and festivals and stuff. We did some things for Funny or Die back in the day when that was a thing. And then I produce reality TV as well. So I've done like Survivor, The Challenge, Big Brother, all the reality stuff. But fun stuff, this is our first feature film. So we have hopefully more coming, but yeah, first one.
Awesome. And in the back?
Thank you. We definitely left it open. It's for sure a cliffhanger. We do have a couple ideas for what we might do if we ever put a sequel together, but I think we'll keep that close to the chest for now.
But yes, we would love to do one. And if you guys like the film and use like Letterboxd, IMDb, stuff like that, please review the film. That's the best way to get word out there and odds of a sequel happening. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, maybe anyone, one last question if we have it? If not, no worries.
So we did 15 days of our initial shoot, and then we did another 15 days of like miniatures, insert shots of some of the gore and stuff. But yeah, no, super, super low budget, and all of us wore like 17 different hats on the film, doing everything from holding a boom mic to like grabbing craft services and stuff. So yeah, it was a lean, tight production. Yeah. And we had a lot of great people come out and volunteer, and like the ending scene, we had like 150 people as extras who were just like townspeople from our town, and just like brought lawn chairs, sat out there. It was great. Real communal filmmaking for sure.
Yeah, and I think the city of Windsor, that whole region, like Essex, Windsor, helped us so much because it is really diverse when it comes to like, there's a city, there's a beach if you need it, you have the forest, you have the graveyard. Like everything that you saw in the film was shot within like maybe an hour of driving in the Windsor, Essex area. So we also had a lot of people, especially in the Essex community where Jacob is from, who were really excited to be part of the film. They were like very welcoming. We shot at a train station in Essex. It's like a shut down train station. We use that as the police station. Hopefully you didn't see any trains in the background anywhere. But yeah, we were very, very blessed to have all of the locations in our hometown area.
And just a kind of an offshoot thought, so someone was asking about stuff that maybe didn't make the cut or additional stuff. The original ending Alex and I had written is when that guy gets up and says, like, let's all just kill ourselves. Originally, everyone did. And they all just killed themselves, and then the vampires come in and they're ready to like take over. And they're like, oh, what the hell? Like, and it's just like a super downer ending. Like the vampires kind of win. That was another thing our director talked us out of.
Oh yeah, and Clark at one point he poisons Wallace. We got rid of that. We like when Clark tries to poison Mary. I just think it's fun when like it's so cartoony. He tries to poison someone with like the little skull and crossbones. So we had him like be more of a poisoner, but yeah, we took that out to make it a little bit better.
Test audiences didn't like the main characters being poisoned.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for coming out and giving a Q&A. I think that was fabulous to hear just so much about the behind the scenes. And don't forget, it is available in competition and available as the Fan Choice Award. So if you enjoyed, make sure to vote on your way out and maybe hang out a little bit out in the crush space. If anybody has any other questions, we can chat a little bit more.
Yeah, and we'll do a $5 bill to anyone who votes for us. So just come see us afterwards. And
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
thank you.
You.